principal, faculty members, coordinators. I welcome one and all for this webinar on cyber security essentials for youngsters. I take a great privilege and pleasure in welcoming Mr. Rupesh, founder Mittal Technologies, for hosting this webinar. Mr. Rupesh is doing a lot of work in cybersecurity, and he is also helping out the police department of Hyderabad. I take a great privilege and pride in welcoming Mr. Rupesh for hosting this webinar. Welcome, Rupesh. Now I hand over the session to Mr. Rupesh.
Thank you so much, madam,
Thank you.
for this kind note.
Mm,
Welcome, everyone. So,
mm,
the webinar. So, today I'll be discussing on various topics. Like as informed, all of you are from plus two and young candidates. So, coming about me, so I am a cybersecurity consultant and associate member of National Cyber Safety and Security Standards and a member of Data Security Council of India, Hyderabad. So I currently live in Hyderabad, in India, and you can contact me over my Instagram. Yeah. So the agenda for today's would be like what I will be discussing with you is this: what is actually meant by cybercrime, what causes the cybercrime, what are like how these cybercrimes happen. Okay. Next is ways of committing. So why do people commit cybercrime? Next, we'll be seeing what are the various kinds of cybercrime and how to tackle all such activities. So let us see what actually is meant by cybercrime. When I say the word cybercrime, what is meant by the word cybercrime? So cybercrime, or say it's a type of crime in which a computer or any electronic device is used as a tool or as a target to perform or to do any kind of crime. Or say in any crime, if a computer or any electronic device is used as a tool to do any crime or is a target in any crime, then that crime is generally regarded as cybercrime. So like coming to the law perspective of it, so the articles or the sections mentioned or the crimes mentioned according to the chapter 11 of IT Act 2000. So all those things cover under cybercrime in law perspective. So let us see what are the various causes for cybercrime. So why does cybercrime happen? Why are people victims of cybercrime? Why is government not able to you know uh, perform or control these kind of crimes happening in the society? So first and most one is lack of awareness. Lack of awareness here means people are not aware of many things. How does they happen? Why does they happen? And when does they happen? Right. Suppose see now coming to social media. People are not aware about the privacy concerns, privacy terms, privacy features provided by either your Facebook or your Instagram or your Twitter or LinkedIn or Snapchat or whatever you social media you use. People are not aware exactly of what are the various you know privacy options or what are the various help or what are the various things that Facebook or your social media platform provides to you. Next is coming to financial frauds. Okay, so people are not aware of how to use their bank accounts online safely. When you are not supposed to share OTP, you are not supposed to share your details if anyone is calling you or asking for any details. How the KYC in India, a lot of crimes happen using KYC, know your customer kind of frauds happen a lot. People are not aware exactly what is meant by this KYC, how this KYC happens, what all information are you supposed to share when the KYC process is being in process. So there are people are not aware of a lot of things. People don't know how things happen. People don't know like how to set their account passwords safely. It can be to set privacy settings efficiently. Now Facebook has recently launched many few new features, in which you can keep your account totally closed or locked from privacy and all those things, and only your friends who you have, they can only see your profile. Anyone new cannot see anything from your profile, like that. Like Facebook has, or your social media platform, whichever you use, they have struggled a lot. They have taken a lot of changes. They have understood a lot of crimes happening around with, and they have implemented various measures, in which you can maintain your privacy, your data is safe with them, and all those things. But you must also be aware of what are the various things that are being launched and how to implement them. Next is negligence of victims of cybercrime. So what happens is, when suppose anyone is a victim of cybercrime, first thing is he doesn't report to the police. So many cybercrime cases go unreported because people fear of not telling the police, or doesn't have belief that something will happen, or some people even don't know how to report. So because of that also, a lot of crimes go outside unsaid. People are, that's the reason why cyber criminals who are there, they get a good confidence that you won't be reporting or any such thing. So we'll be discussing in the futures how you can report any cybercrime, or say any crime online, by just sitting at your home, just your phone or your laptop, whatever you have. Next reason is easy to access computer networks. So in India, after the launch of Geo in 2015-16, that era, so internet became almost free to everyone. So everyone started in India around seven. According to stats, it's around 80% of the youngsters are now using internet, having a smartphone, and are on social media. So this youngsters coming on social media. So if you want to drive a vehicle or bicycle or a car or bike, there's a standard procedure to do that. You first learn that, get a learning license of that vehicle. You then learn that in 1.5 month, whatever time you take, and then you give a test trial that you are certified. Yeah, you are supposed to drive that vehicle or not. Then you start your driving journey. But when coming to use of internet or social media, there is nothing such provided. You just need to go get a SIM card, do a recharge of 50 rupees or 100 rupees, start using internet, create an account in Facebook or any other social media, and then start using it. So that's easy. That easy it is to access any social, like any access to internet. So that is also causing various cyber crimes. Next is capacity to store data in a very small place. So in olden days, people used to use books, papers, all to store your data information. But now it's all your thousands of books can be stored in single Excel file, Excel sheet, with just KBs and MBs of data. That much technology has evolved now. Because of that less storage, and that all the features or technology has brought up, people are able to use your data in a small place, and that's also becoming a very big reason why these cyber crimes happen. Now let's see what are the various way of people committing crimes. How do people actually commit crimes? So I'll discuss here about 6 to 7 features in youngsters, people, where they get caught most of times. First is social media. Next is lotteries and jackpots, credit or debit cards, phishing, wishing, skimming, all those kind of crimes. Next is, youngsters will be looking for a couple, so matrimonial sites and all those. Next is online gaming. So people nowadays in the lockdown period are more into online gaming. So there are a lot of crimes happening in online gaming also. So now let's, I'll go deeper into what all crimes I generally see or have been into under my notice under social media and all these other various 6 or 7 categories. So in social media, what the kind of crimes you generally face are, so either someone can make a fake identity of yours and interact with the society on your behalf. That is known as identity theft. It's very easy to access your photographs. Someone can just go to Facebook or any other social media platform. You'll be having all your DSLR or very good pictures of yours. They'll just take few pictures of yours, put your name, create an account on your name, and then they'll send few requests to few of your friends. They will assume that you are the person, and once few people accept the request, what happens then? Mutual friends concept come in the picture, and from the next, people will automatically, because they are having mutual friends, they think that it is you, and they will accept that, and it will go on, and once the account is fully ready to execute the crime, it will then start interacting on your behalf. They can abuse you, they can spread rumors about you, they can do XYZ concepts, right? So that is one thing which happens in social media. Next is, in social media is now a very big platform for business and marketing. So what happens is, you see various ads, various people posting, selling or buying a lot of things. Second hand, it can be, suppose you want to sell something, you want to communicate something, you put a lot of things in social media, and you might come across, someone is selling for some bike or some car or any mobile phone or electronic device or anything. So it might be you have received some post in any group or anywhere that so and so thing is being sold at a half price, or he's going to US, or he's leaving the country, or some family problem emergency, he want to sell that immediately, and whatever cost of it. So with every, like, it's a typical mindset human being. If you see something at less price, you will generally, anyone, if it's me also, I will approach it, right? What is that? What exactly are you gonna do? So please be aware in that. Do not fell into traps. If there is any kind of trap, to fool you, to bluff you, to cheat you by using those fake kind of ads. So there are many cases which are being reported in the lockdown period also, because in lockdown period, various ways people communicated that someone in my family has got corona, and a lot of money requirement, please, I'm selling my car, or have lost my job, I need money, so I am selling my vehicle. A lot of various people use various taglines, various ways, to sell their products. And what happens, when you are communicating with that person, he will send you all the documents, your registration certificates, or bike photos, or vehicle photos, or whatever item he's selling, all his photos and everything, and he'll interact with you all you do. And here, two three ways he can ask you, for some advance. Okay, so if you send me some advance, I'll give you the product, order, parcel you the product, or various ways like that. So if the opposite person whom you have met online is asking for any kind of money or any such that, please do not get into the traps. Okay, because there is a good chance that it can be a fraud. If until unless you have received or seen the product physically, do not try to do any kind of transaction. And also, people nowadays, share QR codes kind of thing. The fraudsters nowadays are sharing. They'll send you, like, I am sending you one QR code, sir. Please scan that code and enter your PIN number. You will get money in your bank account. So do not believe all these kind of things. Remember that if you are entering your PIN anywhere, you enter your PIN to to do transaction on your account. That is outgoing transaction. Any incoming transaction doesn't require any kind of authentication or any activity from your end. It's an open chat bank account. It's a cloud account. Anyone wants to send you can send you. It's like your home. Anyone wants to post you something, yeah, that's postman's job. The postman will come and give you. But if you want to send, you need to do a lot of things, right? So do remember that if anyone is asking any such thing, do not get into the traps. So that, and next thing is, people are various. You know, there's a lot of email communication now, like you get a lot of spam emails. Email would come more in you if you are in corporate, or if you're working professional. So what happens is, a lot of a PDF or a JPEG image or an image file can have a Trojan, or say any malware or a virus hidden inside it. If you remember the Greek story of the Trojan horse, a horse can have army inside it. In the same way, a PDF which is sent to you, it can be someone, he can use any kind of someone, your marks result or anything. So please be aware that first thing is you need to check if it is an authenticated source. Okay. Next thing is, if it is any lottery or whatever the context, the mail you have received, cross verify once if you have really enrolled for any kind of such service. Okay. And then only download it. Before downloading, I would say you please have a antivirus or virus scanner which can scan that, and then only open that file. Do not receive or open any kind of file which you are receiving from any unknown sources. Do not download any attachment and open them, because by just opening the virus or malware, it will get executed in the system, and the hacker who is, or the fraudster who wants to do something on with you, will get access to your system. Next various thing is lotteries and jackpots. Everyone likes lotteries. Everyone likes a jackpot. Who doesn't like, right? But again, this can come with an hidden cost. Internet every time can come with an hidden cost. So when you receive, so if anyone says that, or any mail or any SMS you're getting that you have won any lottery, first thing is he or she must be having all your details, because a lot of times you might get your email or SMS in your phone that you have won that lottery. In order to get that money or something, please send your details. You need to think there, if you have one lottery, really, if you have one lottery, the opposite person must have already all your details. If he or she is not having your details, it means that it is obviously a fraud. If you have enrolled somewhere, you have really filled some form, or anywhere you have won a lottery really, then obviously he should have your details. Why is he asking your details, right? So please take this key point, like if he or she is asking your personal details more, then obviously we have won the lottery. If you are enrolled somewhere on a genuine one, he or she must already have your details. He won't ask you for any kind of information. Next is coming to credit cards and debit cards. I would like everyone to ask a question here. So you won't be able to speak, but you can chat here. So how many of you use a debit card or credit card here? If you are using, please type yes in the chat box. If no, please type no. Yeah, let's make this session quite interactive. Yeah, I see a lot of people typing yes. So how many of you know there is something known as CVV, which is a card verification value, which is on the back side. It's a 6-digit or 5-digit, or some cards have 3-digit also, right? So all of you know about CVV, what is meant by CVV, where it is used. Yes, yeah, if you know, type yes CVV, yes CVV, type yes CVV, right? So yeah, now my next question is, how many of you who have typed yes CVV have removed that, have tried to that CVV is supposed to be removed? The CVV number on your card, credit card or debit card, which you are having, have actually removed that. If you have removed, please type yes removed. If you have really removed that, please type yes removed. Yeah. Okay. So around in every where I take a session, 80 to 90% of the people don't know about that, the number which you have used, like which you use there, right? It is actually supposed to be removed. Yeah. So who are, like, I see a few people who are saying they don't know what is CVV also. So if you are see anytime a card, debit card or credit card, then on the back side of it, a white strip is present, which has 3 to 6 digits. It can, some has 3, some has max to 6 digits. So that is known as CVV. Below that, or aside of that, somewhere it will be written CVV, okay, which is known as card verification value, which is to verify or authenticate that this is a genuine card that bank has said that bankers use, yeah, to set that. So yeah, that CVV is actually to be removed. You can use any kind of marker or anything to remove that, cover that, and you need to remember that CVV. Okay, so why should one remove or cover that? All those things you should do, because if you are doing an international transaction, okay, if you're with your card, if you're doing an international transaction, then it doesn't require any kind of OTP. If I have the 23 digits, that is 16 digits of your card number, 4 digits your month and year, and the CVV, then I can do an transaction and money will be deducted from your account without your notice also. You won't even come to know that money has been deducted from your account. So that all this kind of things happen. So coming to credit card, debit card. So yeah, if you're doing an international transaction, it won't ask you for any kind of OTP and things. So now how is that related with the CVV? Okay, that's a very good question. So yeah, so what happens is, if you are using that card anywhere at your shopping mall, at any petrol station, or a movie theater, or anywhere, if you're using the card, right, the generally what typical mindset humans have is they will give the card and ask the opposite person to swipe, whoever is the sales person over there. In that scenario, what can happen is the opposite person who you have given your card, right, there are super genius people, they can remember all your details. The 16, by just looking once at your card, they can remember everything, and soon after you leave, they will note down it somewhere. Okay, and one fine weekend, they will sit and transfer all your money. So please be aware of this, and do not security tips which you are supposed to follow is, whenever you're doing any transaction or using your card anywhere, right, please swipe on your behalf. Okay, you only swipe that card, and whenever you're entering the pin, please try to cover that. Next is remove the CVV from your card. And if your turn had many banks give facility to turn off the international transactions. If you're not doing any international transactions, I suggest you please go to your internet banking or call your customer care, bank customer care, and ask them to turn off international banking on your card, so that any international transaction doesn't happen on your card. Okay, next is coming to phishing, skimming, or wishing kind of crimes. So how does any bank account or any social media account or any account generally you see outside get hacked? So there are only two ways one account gets hacked, or someone gets access of your cards. One is you either have very weak security. Next thing, you have disclosed them. Okay, so very weak security means if you are using any password or any such which is guessable, which is related to your phone number or anything such, then it can happen. Next is if you have used logged in any website or something which is fake and doesn't have any uh, sorry for interruption. Yeah, if you are you are using, if you have logged in any website and that website is a fake website, you have received some email or any SMS that your account is logged or something, and you call that number, or you log in into that and try to change the password or something like that. And if the website is fake, the website is not the actual website which is meant your bank or your Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or whatever social media or something, that is called phishing. Fake websites, there are a lot of people. The phishing is very very common and a majorly used attack by hackers or fraudsters to try to hack your accounts. Which, if you are doing via a website, a fake thing via website, then it is called phishing. It's the same. Any person is doing via a phone call. If I'm calling you and saying that, sir, I'm calling from so and so bank, there is some problem with your card or some account, you want to expand your limit, they can take any kind of case tagline to get your attention. And if you are not aware, you will share your details, and he or she, the fraudster, will get your details and do some kind of crime. Next, the very important and most one is skimming. I'll take this at the end. Okay, let's go to matrimonial sites and online gaming first. Yeah. So coming to matrimonial sites, so now it's very hard to find a groom or bride in this population where men's population is very high and women's population is very low, and all are now become modern mindset and things. So people find their partners using matrimonial sites. But when coming to matrimonial sites like shadi.com, any matrimony.com, Telugu matrimony, or Bharat matrimony, there are many websites like that. People, the typical Indian mindset, or any Indian parent, have a mindset that nowadays, to get an NRI, a person with NRI. So suppose I am a fraudster, what I will do is I'll create an account. So he or she, the bride or the groom, will ask, you say that he's gonna share or send some gifts to you, or he is coming to India. Some he'll make some story, and you'll get a call. He's sending some gifts, some gold or some T-shirts or some gifts or something to you. And after a few days, you'll get a call saying that, sorry, good morning, sir or madam. I'm calling from Customs Department of Mumbai or Customs Department of Delhi. Mr. Rupesh has shared some gifts, some parcel for you, but the customs for that is not being paid. If you will pay the customs, we will release the product. What you will do? Because it is being sent by your partner, future partner, we'll obviously pay for that. So be aware. First thing here is again awareness. Awareness here that you require is customs or any department will not call you if the customs duty is not paid or any such thing. If anything is wrong with the product, they will just return the product back to that country. Okay, so please be aware of all these things. Next is online gaming. So online gaming, all of you know what pros and cons. So some games come for free, some games are for paid, but people try to use cracked, or there are various. You go to Google, search for that, download some file, and it asks for various permissions, and you get your phone gets hacked over there. And people in games, lot of games, there are challenges given, or to go to levels, there are levels or various phases, something they keep the game engaging. There are various levels, and to go from one level to another level, you need to have some what do you say, some points or coins, or some whatever. They use a lot of things, majorly they use coins and that. But if you're not having enough coins, you can purchase them. A lot of things. In India, that's not very much like, people generally, on majority, do not try to purchase things. But there are people who are not aware. They give their card details and try to purchase that also. So if you are anywhere in that, so when you are purchasing anything on such online, please be very much careful. With this, I would like to take some questions. If anyone is having any question, please put that in the chat box so that I know I can talk about it. Yeah, I see a question. Sir, while doing the international transaction, does it ask for the PIN? No, sir, it will not ask for any kind of PIN. Just the 23 numbers, which is 16 digit of your card, 4 digits, the month and the year, and last 3 digits of your CVV. These are the only things that are required. Okay, so I just want to show you one thing, which is skimming. Yes, so I want to bring your highlight on this image. So these are known as skimming devices. So skimming devices, are used majorly in ATM machines, okay, where they put this. If you are able to see this kind of green device, they put on this green one, and they also keep duplicate keyboards and things. So please be aware if you are doing any kind of ATM transaction in any ATM machine. Okay, so check if the ATM has any kind of skimming devices or not. Okay, it's very easy to check. Just if you move it a little bit, give it a jerk. Okay, try to pull the keypad, or wherever the card you're inserting, try to pull it a little bit, and if it is coming out, then it means that it is having a skimming device. You can immediately call to the police and inform that. Okay, so that is one thing about skimming. So how do or anyone tackle all these various crimes, all the certain activities that are happening? How can one control all of them? So these are the things. These are 8 points which you are not supposed to follow. Okay, you should not be doing these things. Leaving your personal information at home. Okay, wherever you're visiting at your home or anywhere, do not leave your personal information around you. Okay, when you're leaving the place, or do not keep your personal information lying around you. Never ever give your password or username to anyone. Do not open emails or attachments from unknown sources. Do not duplicate your personal data unnecessarily, like printing it out. So a lot of people have a mindset, to keep multiple printouts of their Aadhaar cards, voter ID cards, or their data. So they have like mindset, typical mindset, to keep multiple copies so that it can be used somewhere in future. So please do not try to do that, because if any single copy goes from that bulk of copies, you won't come to know, and someone can use that. Next is never ever hand over your credit card or debit card to any person. Okay, so because I've already explained you what can happen if you are handing over. Next is do not auto connect to any open Wi-Fi. Okay, and if you are connected to any open Wi-Fi, I suggest you please do not do any kind of financial transactions over there. Okay, use it only for surfing or browsing purposes, and do not do any kind of financial transaction using an open Wi-Fi, like net banking or any such. Do not try to log into that. Next is do not save passwords in your web browsers. Okay, so whenever you log in into any account in your website, in your web browser, then it will ask you generally, a pop-up will come, and it will ask you for save username and password. So please do not do that. Next is providing access to your personal data. So do not ever provide or give access to anyone to your personal data until unless it is very much necessary and a lawful one. So what things you must be doing? So I have shared with you what things you must not be doing. Let's see what things you must be actually doing. So use a strong password. So what do I mean here by a strong password is, so people generally get confused by a strong password. They just think a capital letter, a small letter, a special symbol, and few numbers. But you need to be very choosy when you're selecting these kind of capital letters of the words which you're using, and all the numbers that you're using. So the words or that you are using must not be a word in a dictionary. It should not be a dictionary word. It should not be your name, first name, last name, your parents' name, or any word which is related to you, which is identifiable by you. If anyone knows you, maybe knowing that word also. You do not use any kind of such, your company name or your bike's model name or brand name or your favorite color or something like that. Please do not try to use all of those things. And coming to numbers, people generally use first few digits of their phone number, first or last, or their bike numbers or their roll numbers or something like that. Please do not do that also. Okay, in coming to selecting of symbols, at the rate is not the only symbol. There are many symbols also, like hash, dollar, percentile, exclamatory. There are many other symbols also. Please try to use them also. People generally have a typical mention there. You use either at the rate or hash symbol. So please try to use other symbols also. Have two symbols. Next is log out of your digital service. If you have logged in any kind of digital service, and if you are not using that anymore, if you are done using that, please log out immediately from that service. Because if you are logged in and you are continuing using internet, and if you're opening any website which has virus content in that, or which has malicious code in that, so it can use your online activity, which is your bank, if you have turned on your banking or something, and if the bank is having any kind of vulnerability or loophole in that, the website can try to get your details and do any kind of transaction or misuse your services. So please try to log out from any digital services when you're done using that. Create backups of important files and folders. If you're having some files and folders which are very much important and priority confidential, please try to have a backup of them. Do not have them in a single copy. If by chance anytime you are attacked by any ransomware attack and your whole system gets crashed, or because it's, you need to understand that computer is a electronic device, and getting it corrupted or something going wrong with an electronic device is not a surprising thing. So please do have a backup of any important folders. Check your spam emails regularly. Okay, try enhance your if you're receiving any email which is not genuine, mark it as spam and delete that immediately. Install and use a firewall, pop-up blocker, spyware detectors. There are many plugins in your Chrome, softwares available for your computer. Please try to use them and be safe from all these kind of activities. So this is it from my end regarding to cyber crimes. I would like to take some questions again. Yeah, I see a question. Sir, is there any way to hack a phone just by clicking some links? Yes, Mr. It is possible. Yeah, those things, as I said, best by just clicking a link, it is very much possible. Someone with a browser can try to get access to your account. There is a framework known as Browser Exploitation Framework. It is familiarly known as BEEF. People sometimes use some kind of framework like BEEF. If I go more technical on that. Okay, so let's go ahead. So these are various list of what are the various cyber laws which you can take care of or use. So I won't be going much detail because we are having a shortage of time, running out of time. So I'll just name a few and tell the years of imprisonment and fine. So if you're receiving any kind of stolen computer, mobile phone, or data or something which is not owned by you and is found in the premises of yours, data owned by you or your company is stolen in any form, you're receiving any phishing emails which is asking for your login or credential details, capturing. Yeah, this is very much important. If you're capturing, publishing, capturing, if you're capturing anything, if you're publishing anything or transmitting any image or anything of the private part of any person without his consent or knowledge, it's a serious crime. If you're just taking photographs or you're uploading it somewhere, or you're transmitting, means sharing something wrong is also a very big crime. Okay, so all of this has 3 years of imprisonment and rupees fine up to 10 lakhs. Some has 1 lakh, some has 3 lakhs, something like that. So please do not do any kind of such activities and spoil your life, I say. So there are a few more also. So if you are receiving any email read by someone using by using your passwords, transmitting or publishing or transmitting any obscene materials online, misusing the Wi-Fi connection, misusing biometric prints. If you're doing many of such like that, bogus websites, fake websites, cyber frauds if you're doing, block websites, password stealing, all the hacking activities which you generally see outside. If you're doing all of those things, you have serious 3 to 4 years of jail and a fine up to which is starting from 1 lakh to 10 lakh rupees fine. So please do not spoil your life with all these activities, and be safe, be aware. You can get in touch with me. These are my details. Yeah, on this, I would like to conclude the session. Thank you so much for patiently hearing me for this long time. Thank you so much, everyone.